Hi, I'm Joshua Esnard, the CEO of the Cut Buddy. This is the Founders Files, and this is the Spark of Entrepreneurship. A lot of people look at the whole business voyage and they turn around and they give up right away because you're thinking about creating this tool, manufacturing it, shipping it, the customer buying it, the feedback, scaling, being in stores. And when you think about that full story, you just want to give up because that's too many things. You think it's too hard. So I took it step at a time, really by mistake. And with being a 13-year-old that created an art project that I was using on myself, focus on the question and the problem at hand first. So when you're at home, if you're having issues washing the dishes, you said, why is it so hard to wash the dishes? Or if you can't reach a light bulb, you say, why can't I reach? How come I can't reach? Why is it that? Every time you ask yourself a question like that, that's just your mind trying to be an inventor and come up with a fix. The main thing is to write those questions down. Get yourself one of these things, right? Write down all your questions and your complaints. Complaining is good if you're planning to do something about it. So write down all your complaints, which I used to do as a kid. And then when you have some downtime or when you're on the toilet, like that's the best thoughts in the world are when you're taking a shit, honestly. The best thoughts in the world are when you're taking a long, hot shower. I used to take long showers to the point that the water got cold because I'm thinking about all this creative stuff in my head, So as a kid, this is my book from the time I was a teenager. I would come up with these questions and I would jump in there and start drawing these ideas to the questions. So like, I'm not gonna show you all the inventions in this book, but you'll see everything that I was drawing as a kid, from combs to different ideas. Look at this craziness going on with a cat. I never had the thought that I would actually turn these things into products, but I had the solutions down. Now, when you get some time, you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot or Michael's and get some art material. You went to art class your whole life. Go get some material, felt or plastic folders or rivets or whatever from Michael's or window plastic from Home Depot, and start just having fun with it. Make an art project. And that's what happened to me. I hated my dad's haircuts. I wanted to cut my own hair. I kept messing up my hair, pushing my hairline back and having cheetah spots. So I made my own art project so that I can basically put it against my hairlines or any of my hairlines and cut my own hair. At the point that I realized there was a gap in the market was actually after I developed the tool and released it and realized that there were a lot more people that needed this product than I imagined. I started getting some emails from customers on Amazon and from my Wix website. We had mothers that had autistic children that were saying the tool helped them make their kid feel more comfortable during a haircut, and it made their haircut faster and easier to do. A veteran sent me an email saying, I take medication and my hands shake. And because my hands shake, I can never steady my hand and get a perfect haircut. But with your tool, I could steady my hand and edge up my hairlines. And they said, I just want to thank you for making such a beautiful tool, because now people with disabilities can have nice haircuts too. At that time, I was ready to give up on the business because I was getting some sales, but not many sales. And a lot of people were roasting me on YouTube because I was the model cutting my own hair, and my hairline was receding at that time. I'm trying to sell a hairline tool. But getting that email, realized it wasn't about me, it was about the others that I was helping. The mother of autistic children, the disabled veteran, the active military personnel who are overseas that can't go to a barber but need to stay in standard, the learning barber or the broke college student. So it wasn't about me anymore, it was about this audience that I was learning about. Stop thinking of it as this is gonna get me rich. If you think about getting rich before solving your problem, then you're not an entrepreneur and you don't really care about helping people. So solve your own problem and use it, because that's what you need to do. Give yourself feedback. Does this thing suck? Does this thing actually work? Will somebody else even be able to benefit off of this? And that's really how you start prototyping and coming up with an idea. Now, going from this idea to being an actual entrepreneur, business owner, means, are you willing to sacrifice time? Do you have the grit? And then lastly, the unfortunate thing is you need funding to manufacture or make your product. And if you're good at selling your idea to your parents or your grandma or your friends, maybe you'll get 500 here, 1,000 there, and whatever. But if you feel good about your invention, you'll be able to make it. From my vision to at when I first started to it evolving now, I'm not gonna lie, the vision has not changed, because one thing that myself and one of our founding partners, Pima and Buana, did was, when we started the company, we had this big board and we called it the seasons board, where we wrote down all the seasons that the Cut Buddy was gonna play from day one to the last day. And the first day was, coming up with a concept of this product. So we knew we wanted to partner up with my idol, Damon John. We knew we wanted to go on Shark Tank. We knew we wanted to do a licensing deal with either Conair, Wall, or Andis. All those things were written on a board, and we checked off those things one by one. Maybe not in order, but they happened. We knew we wanted to be into Walmart. We knew we wanted to be working with Sally's. And there are still seasons like government contracting and things like that that we haven't even approached yet. And the last day is acquisition, or the death of the company. We're either going broke or we're getting acquired by a bigger company. So if you can sit down and write out the plan up front, then yeah, you're gonna pivot along the way. Obviously, that's entrepreneurship, but you shouldn't be surprised by the things you're doing with your company, because you should have had that planned in the beginning. I realized the business was ready to scale when we went viral, and we were one of the first grooming companies to go viral off of affiliate marketing. At that point, when 360 Wave Processes and Beard Gang and Nick Wavy, if their videos didn't hit viral levels, I don't think this business would be as big as it is today, because those videos validated that thousands of people within a few hours needed and wanted this product. And then when we went out of stock due to viral movements, that told me that people still wanted the product, because people were still ordering even when it was out of stock. I was telling people we were 3 months out. I would double their order for free if they were willing to wait, and 95% of the people were willing to wait the 3 months for the product, because their simple answer was, I've been waiting for a product like this my whole life. So that's when I initially knew we needed to scale. Funny thing is, the banks would still not fund me. Matter of fact, when we went viral, SunTrust froze my assets because they didn't understand what viral movement was. It was a new thing back then in 2016 to go viral on Facebook. The next time I knew that we needed to scale was COVID. Our sales went up 12x, the daily sales. I was actually starting to make my business smaller and get ready to possibly sell the business, because Andis was licensing my patent, and I had ran away from South Florida, just living a crazy life, to the middle of the woods in North Carolina to start a truffle farm. I was ready to just sell it and be happy as the black truffle farmer in overalls. But then just 12x of the sales daily started happening during COVID, because everybody needed to cut their hair. And at that point, I knew the fact that my products are affordable, they were needed because people were panicking, they didn't know how to cut their hair. I knew that that recipe is perfect for having a great product that's successful to scale at a large time, because if you think about it, COVID is just a condition that forced a lot of us in a short period of time to have to cut our hair. But you know, there are communities and people that are going through COVID, not the virus, but the condition of having to save money and cut their own hair every day. If I understand where those people are that are going through their own lockdown silos, like the college student that can't go to the barber that needs to cut their own hair, the active veteran who's in Japan right now who's not gonna go to a Japanese barber, the disabled veteran who has PTSD who can't go to a barber shop because of all the loud noises, or the mom who's cutting the autistic child's hair who can't take on the noise. If I understand where all the silos of people who are living lockdowns are, then I know there's millions of people out there that need my product. And that's why this lives in more than 2 million homes right now. That's how I knew that we were ready to scale to big box retail like Walmart and Target and the military stores and stuff like that, because those are where our people are and that's where they shop. Some of the biggest challenges that I faced early in my journey was definitely funding. I applied for so many pitch competitions because I didn't have enough money quite yet to manufacture all my products and get it on a boat or a plane and send it over. Here I am asking other banks for loans. I'm gonna keep it funky with you. A lot of banks have like cool commercials and stuff about we want to help the minority business or women-led business with funds and startup. That's a fucking lie. Banks are scared as shit to help people that have ideas. I want to see a bank that's funding people with an idea. That shit don't exist. So nobody wanted to fund this. And the next thing we thought of was to do pitch competitions. So like everyone from Coors Light to Under Armour to Black Enterprise to other companies that are local, like some chambers of commerces have pitch competitions where you could win like $1,000 or $20,000, or you could win like free rent at a warehouse or something like that. Let's just say every pitch competition I entered, I went up there and I said, blah, 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 blah. The Cup Buddy's gonna change the world one hairline at a time. I was super confident because I feel I'm nice on stage. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd get down and there'd just be crickets out there. And I don't think people hated the idea. I just think everybody's nose was so far up AI and apps butt that they were just like, yeah, we want to look at technology. This guy with this little piece of plastic, there's no way he'll be able to scale that. I'll tell you right now, most of the companies that I went against are not in business today. So you guys funded the wrong companies. But I remember being on stage with a Black Enterprise, and that was like the biggest show I had at the Raven Stadium, and I got second runner-up. It was like a consolation prize almost. And why that event was so important to me was because I really thought I would win that one and people would understand my product. And it sparked a little bit of anger in me to come back and show the world that they were wrong with their decision to take somebody else as the winner. Within a year, the company had sold 70,000 units because there was just vengeance in me. And I just said, you know what, I'm gonna fight like Ali, rope-a-dope. You know, if I mess up here, I'm going homeless to make this work. So I gotta efficiently fight, you know, and we made it happen. I mean, look at us now, you know. So I maintain my passion for and drive for the business because I know that it allows me to be an inventor. Although I'm not per se a grooming expert, it allows me to make tools that help specific people that have needs. That's how I keep my passion. And also just honestly, I still read, and believe it or not, I still read every email that a customer sends to our original email, whether they say this fucking shit sucks, or I cut my head, or my product fell apart, or them saying I have autistic children, or I have chemo, or I had ingrown hairs, or I broke my arm and this thing is helping me out. My dad's in a nursing home and I use it to shave his head. It's those emails that I get that allows me to improve a product to help somebody's life so that they can have better self-esteem or just have an easier day. That's what keeps my passion going, honestly. I guess I haven't even thought about the money or anything about our business. Well, I have to look at the figures every week with my accountants and stuff, but I've never thought of, oh man, we don't make enough money, our competitors. I haven't thought about that in so long. All I think about is that guy who sends me the email saying his ball buddy blade fell apart. How can we make it better? That's my passion, helping that person, not the money. If I had to do this all again, the top business advice that I'd probably have for a starter would be two things. Become an internet LinkedIn stalker. LinkedIn is the most unappreciated social media channel I think out there. It's also the sleeper. There's billions of dollars of contracts just on LinkedIn. I don't mean bomb people with an AI message that all of us get and auto congratulations and whatever. I mean, strategically think about the people that you want to connect with and reach out to them. Use Rocket Reach. Use Rocket Reach, which is an app, or another email extraction app. Find their name on LinkedIn. They might be a buyer for Walmart, or they might be someone who would license your product, or they might be a distributor. Extract their name from LinkedIn via Rocket Reach or one of those apps and reach out to them with a short but compelling email that would make them want to reply and work with you. Become a LinkedIn stalker. Connect with that person. Look at their connections. Connect with everybody that's their connections. Did you know that a lot of CEOs on LinkedIn don't really understand that they're shooting themselves in the foot? Yeah, I'm giving away some deep secrets right now. If you my competitor and I see your LinkedIn and we're connected and I look at all your connections, you basically have just given me your cell phone Rolodex of all your power. Look at that. The damage has already been done, so you can't even scramble back and unfollow me on LinkedIn because I've already followed all your important connections. Checkmate. Second thing, grit. If you don't have the nuts or whatever to fight this battle and keep fighting and keep waking up every day and get innovative with the way you go to war, this ain't for you. Entrepreneurship is a taxation on your mental health. So if you don't have grit, and if you're not able to do tune-ups and take care of your mental health, go talk to someone you love, get a great support channel. If you don't have those things in place, this ain't for you. So make sure you take care of this thing if you're trying to get into this game, because this is serious.